This is your spiritual connection, ourplanetlife.org, broadcasting from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome to DFW Business Hour on ourplanetlife.org. I am Art García, your host, and we thank you for joining us today. We have Bob Nienstadt with Adbrock Pest Management. Bob, welcome to DFW Business Hour.
Thank you, Art. I appreciate that. It's good to be with you today.
Today we're going to talk about pest management around your business or home and what you can do about it. Bob, give us some background about your business, start date, family-owned, etc.
We started in March of 2002, Art, and it's my son and I who own the business, and we are certainly family-owned and do our best to give people good service as we go into their homes or their business.
Mm-hmm. What are the reasons why a customer should choose Adbrock Pest Management over the other pest management companies?
Well, there certainly are plenty of pest control companies in the Metroplex, and we like to stand out by the quality of our service. We do our best to actually do the job that we're hired to do. We use the proper chemicals and the proper amounts. We're very considerate of people's safety, about the cleanliness of their home. We wear shoe covers when they enter their home, and we're not there for just 15 minutes and then we're gone. We're there for 35 to 45 minutes normally, doing a full pest control service on the inside and outside of their home.
One thing that caught my eye, Bob, was, or my ear, safety. What did you mean by safety? Working with the chemicals or what?
Well, as you know, there is a lot of information coming out about pesticides and the handling of pesticides, and people nowadays are very fearful of what pesticides can do to them and their children and their pets. And we're very concerned about the mixtures that we use. We do not use mixtures that are too hot, too heavy. We use mixtures that are mixed at the label rates, because the labels are what we go by. The label in Texas, the label is the law, and we're always looking for children as we go around doing our work. We're cognizant of their toys that are on the floor. People's pets, we want to see where their pets are. We're always looking to see where pet toys are and chew bones, that sort of thing, so that we don't contaminate those items and hurt their children or their pets.
Great information. What kind of customer service do you provide once you become a customer?
Well, what we do is we normally, if they're on a regular schedule, like a 3-month schedule, let's say, that month that their service is due, we'll send them a postcard in the mail. It's just a reminder to tell them that their service is due, and then they can either call us once they receive that card and set an appointment time, or we will call them. Our scheduling lady will give everyone on our list that month a call, and she'll get them on our schedule so that we can stop by their home. We never come by your home unannounced. You always know that we're going to be there because we've made an appointment with you.
I was going to ask you, how often should a person spray their home, say for different bugs, depending on if they have ants, cockroaches, and others?
Well, the best schedule here in North Texas, Art, is to have us come by once every 3 months.
3 months.
Now, if they have a special situation that requires more than that, we certainly can and will do that. But normally every 3 months works very well. See, the chemicals that are designed nowadays are designed to break down in the environment, so that there's no chemical buildups, no harsh toxicity. And so chemicals actually dissipate and go away. There's no such thing as a one-time chemical anymore that lasts for 6 months or lasts for a year. Chemicals need to be replaced on a regular basis in order to continue to do their work.
What about green chemicals, or do you work with green chemicals?
We sure do, Art. We do what's called a green service. In the state's technical terms, they call it a limited impact service, but we call it a green service because most people are familiar with the term green, and that just means that we do the same quality work and treat the same areas normally, but we use chemicals that are derived or based from natural sources.
Great. Are all pest control companies the same?
No, they're certainly not. There are some companies that are more concerned about their bottom line than they are about taking care of their customers. And there are companies out there that assign their technicians 15 houses a day to take care of, and that's impossible to do.
So they don't spend enough time to really take care of the
They
problem.
sure don't. They're at a person's house for about 15 minutes, and there's travel time involved to the next location. And so if you figure it out, it's going to take you more than 8 hours to do 15 homes. and,
Exactly.
And you just can't do that. So we don't do that.
Sounds like my apartment. They're there for about 3 minutes and then they're gone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another. How is your company different?
Well, we since we're family owned, we're able to actually act like a family within our own business.
That's great.
We're concerned about one another, and we're concerned about the people who do business with us. We don't just go to their home to put out some chemicals. We go to their home to actually help them and help them maintain their home in a better way. There's been several times when I've spotted water leaks around the hot water heater, or even a water leak inside of a wall where there's plumbing, and been able to inform the homeowner so they could take care of it. Many times I've spotted air ducts in an attic that have separated and they're losing their heat or they're losing their air conditioning, and we inform them of that so that they can better maintain their home.
What makes your services unique from the rest?
Well, as I mentioned before, we do our best to actually take care of our customers' needs. Our philosophy is, if we go and do a good job and we're friendly while we're doing it, then they will pay us to do it. We're not there just to get their money and run.
Are you available? Are you on call? What are the hours that Ebrock Pest Management is available?
Normally, Art, we work Monday through Friday from 8 to around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then on Saturdays, we're available from 8 to around 12 or 1 o'clock. We try to take off all of Saturday afternoon at least. We like to have, for our employees and for ourselves, we like to have some downtime. They need time with their families. And we want them to spend time with their families in the evenings when they're off of work, and as much as they can on the weekends.
I heard a comment at the branch out the other day that there was a lady that had a problem with bed bugs, and they gave you a call, and you were there to take care of that issue.
That's exactly right. We also do bed bugs, and as you know, that's become a serious problem across the United States. And once you get bed bugs, it's almost impossible to get rid of them yourself because of the type of chemicals that you, the homeowner, have access to. It normally takes a special chemical that's designed for bed bugs to take care of the problem. And plus, when you go into a room or a home with bed bugs, you have to literally attack that environment. Because bed bugs will spread not only from the bed, but to the bed frame, the dressers, the chests of drawers. They'll get in your clothes. They get behind pictures on the walls, in the drapes that are hanging on the windows. They will literally penetrate everything in that room.
Bob, do you have to get rid of the mattresses in a case like that?
I certainly would if I could. If I could afford to replace them, I would certainly get rid of them. It's the safest thing to do, and especially if you've got a very bad infestation of bed bugs, because they're in that mattress. And if it's a light infestation, we can treat it, and you can get by with using it without those bed bugs coming back.
I see. What kind of services do you offer once we're already on this subject?
Well, we do pest control, of course, and all kinds of pests, and we do termite work.
Yeah.
And termites are very interesting, by the way, Art, and that work is because it's an investigative type of work. When you go to look at termites, you have to figure out where they're coming from before you actually treat them, and once you figure out their source, then you can get rid of that source and solve the problem. And besides pest control and termites, we take care of rodents, rats and mice. This time of year, rats and mice are especially moving around.
Are they looking for a warm spot?
Looking for a warm place to live, and your home is warm, so they're going to get into the attic or into the crawl space. And then we do rodent exclusions. What we do is we investigate around the house to find entry points, because we want to close those entry points so the rats can't get in anymore. And we do some WDIs, that's wood destroying insect reports. Anytime you're going to sell your home, your mortgage company wants a WDI inspection.
I didn't know that.
And what that does is look for not only termites, but wood-boring beetles, carpenter ants, carpenter bees, powder post beetles, fungus that could be eating the wood. There are a lot of things that will destroy wood over time. And besides that inspection, we also do some small animal trapping. If you have a possum or a raccoon or a squirrel in your attic, we can take care of that for you. And then we also do some attic insulation replacement. Many times when rodents have been in an attic, that insulation is soiled, very soiled. And it's a good idea to get that out of the attic and replace it with some other insulation. We do that type work also. And we do some blow-in insulation work.
Great. What other, do you do any lawn fertilizer, that kind of stuff?
We do. I appreciate you bringing that up. During the better months, better weather months, we do lawn fertilization, weed control, and take care of insects in lawns. And our lawn fertilization program begins in March, and we do normally four applications a year of fertilizer. The first application is what we call a weed and feed, where we put down a fertilizer that has a herbicide in it. And it's very important on the timing of that, Art, to get that down at the right time. And then we do 2 more applications during the year, and then the last application is important on the timing. We do that the last part of September, and that's a weed and feed also. And that helps to put out a pre-emergent herbicide to help keep those winter weeds from germinating.
I see. What areas of the DFW Metroplex do you operate in?
Well, we cover the whole thing, Art. We go all the way from Denton and McKinney down to Red Oak, and all the way from West Fort Worth out to Rockwall. Wow,
that's a great big area that you service.
It is, and it requires some driving.
I bet it does. Do you have a bilingual staff available, Bob?
We do. We have a man who speaks Spanish as well as English.
What is his name?
His name is Milton.
Milton,
and he's a wonderful man. He has a great family and very experienced in pest control and termite work. And we rely on Milton very, very much, and he does wonderful work as well.
How does our weather affect insects?
Well, believe it or not, it does affect them similarly to what it affects us. If it's too wet, the insects are going to move to get out of the water. If it's too dry, they're going to move to find water. If it's too cold, they're going to go deeper or come into your home to find a warmer place to live. If it's too hot, they're going to try and get out of the heat to cool off, and a lot of times that's into your home.
Do you treat mosquitoes? You know, we're affected this summer with the West Nile. A lot of people.
We sure do. We do take care of mosquitoes. Some people like us to come and spray their property, spray around their house with a liquid pesticide, which helps to rid mosquitoes. But we also have a natural product that we really like to use. It's an all-natural dry granular product that we just spread around people's homes.
Yeah.
And it's a repellent. It actually repels mosquitoes from their property. And they're able to go out at night and sit on their patio without being bothered. And it's just very nice, and you can use it around lakes, cisterns, any kind of water source without fear of contamination. Wonderful product.
Well, I heard from one of your customers that you went out and sprayed their property for a party or some kind they were having, and that spraying really worked.
Yes, it does. It takes care of the problem so that they're not having mosquitoes or even a lot of fly problems, gnats, and things like that.
Also, what's the most important advice you would like to give our listeners today, Bob?
My advice to them is to take care of their home. Their home is the most important item that they own. And for most of us, it is the only thing that we own that can actually either maintain its value or grow in value. The other things that we have, like our automobiles, electronic items, anything else deteriorates over time and loses its value. But homes generally retain value and grow. So I urge them very strongly to maybe spend less money on other things and spend more money on doing maintenance around their home. Very important.
Especially that form, what do you call it? They expect now, inspection of all insects.
They call it a WDI form.
Okay.
It's called the wood destroying insect.
There you go.
Inspection form, and it is required. We have a special form that's designed by the state of Texas, and that's the form that we have to use. And mortgage companies call for that. If you're going to sell your home, they want a wood-destroying insect report done to make sure that the home is not being destroyed, eaten by wood-destroying insects. And also, if you're going to refinance your home, you have to have one of those inspections. And your mortgage company will order that during the refinance process.
Okay, well, how can someone get a hold of you or needs more information about your pest management company?
All they have to do is call our phone, which is 972-484-1174, or they can contact us by email, which is mantis, MANTIS, @abrockpest.com.
Bob, we thank you for coming by DFW Business Hour today from your busy schedule. Thank you so much for all the great information that you have provided us.
You're welcome. Thank you, Art.
Pest management. Don't forget this program will be available on demand later on today, so be sure to check it out and get all your tips for pest management. If you need to call the pest management, call Bob Ebrock, Bob with Ebrock Pest Management. Thank you.